Hi, today we're going to look at making practice rating sheets for kids that are working on practicing their musical skills. So, to do this, we're going to be starting by using Google Forms. To get to Google Forms, there's several ways to do it, but if you're on the Google home page like this, um, you can use the waffle menu up here in the upper right corner. And sometimes forms will appear for you right here. Sometimes you have to go down and click more, and then you can click on the Forms icon. It also works just as well to open up a new tab in your browser and type forms.google.com. Either way will take you to the same place. Once you're there, I'm going to go ahead and close this tab now. You're going to start by making a new form. So you can click on the plus sign, and that will bring you to this brand new form that you're going to be able to enter the data from your students. So I'm going to name this form practice rating sheet so that I can make sure that I find it and I know what it's called. Um, if I was doing this for an entire school, I might want to add the teacher's last name or something so that I could easily access it and know whose class it was. And if I click up here, it'll change the title up there as well. So now I'm going to start putting in my first question. And the first thing I'm going to be measuring is the student's tonal competency. So I'm going to call this tonal. And it automatically defaults to a multiple choice question, but that's not what we want here. What I like to use is the checkbox grid. And I like the checkbox grid because if I make a mistake, it gives me the opportunity to uncheck. One nice thing about forms is that if you have a class list already in a spreadsheet, you can actually copy and paste. So I've made a pretend class spreadsheet. So to find it, I'm going to go ahead and go into my drive and search for pretend class spreadsheet. You can see it comes up right there. And I don't have anything in this but a list of names that I made up. But if I click on the name list and highlight it and then copy it, if I come into my form, I can click on the first row and paste, and then it drops all the students that were in the class onto this list. So I don't have to type all of them, which is kind of nice. Um, I'm going to rate that these students either did pass the tonal test or did not attempt it. So my column headings will just be yes, no, and not attempted. Now, what's kind of nice is I'm also going to be testing them for their rhythm abilities. So instead of having to do all that again, if I scroll down to the bottom of this and click on this little icon, it will duplicate that list. So now all I have to do, since I want the same thing, is change it to rhythm. I already have the class list in there, and I already have the choices yes, no, or not attempted. If I want to see what this will look like for the students, I can come up here and click on this little eye, and then I can see what it'll look like when I'm going through and checking whether or not they did it. Um, and anytime I want to go back and edit, maybe I don't like the way this looks or whatever, I can click on the little pencil and it'll bring me right back here to where I need to go to edit the sheet. Um, to make a new one, if I want to, if I teach every class in the whole school and I want a new one, I can go into the three dot menu and make a copy, and that will copy this form exactly. I can just change the name of the teacher, paste in a new class list, and then it's ready to go there too. Um, so that is how you set up the initial form. Hi. Now we're going to talk about how to access your practice rating sheet using a 3x3 Links website. A 3x3 Links website is a great way to put information together so you can find it really easily. And here is a very fresh 3x3 Links website that hasn't had any links added to it yet. To get to 3x3 Links and make your own website, you can open a new tab and type the number 3, then X, 3 links, links.com, into the browser and hit enter. It's going to take me to my default one, but when you go in, it will have like this very generic one. And then if you just click up in the top right and sign in, it will sign you in with your Google account. It'll ask you once if you will allow it access, and you click allow, and then you'll be looking at something more like this. And if you need any more support with that, please let me know. When you click on one of these green plus signs, it'll give you the option of adding either a link or a folder. Since I'm going to be setting one of these up for every class in a building, I'm going to add folders and have each folder be a grade level. So I'm going to start with a folder, and I'm going to call this kindergarten. Then when I'm happy with how that looks, I can hit the check mark. And then maybe over here, I'll add another folder and change this one to first grade, and then hit the check mark when I'm done, and so on and so forth until I've gotten all of these finished. Now I'm going to link to the actual practice sheet from inside the folder. In order to get there, I actually just have to click on the folder icon. So I click right there, and it'll bring me up to another 3x3 array where I can add more links or add more folders. So here, since I'm in kindergarten, maybe this teacher that I set up before, Smith, is a kindergarten teacher. So I want to add this link. Now, I want it to direct me exactly to where I can enter the data, and here is not. This is where I actually edit my form. So to get that link, I need to click send. Then I click this link icon, and then I click where it says copy. Now I have this copied, and I can come back to my 3x3 links website, click the plus, click link. I'm going to call this Smith, and then I paste the link right here and click a check mark, the check mark. Now I have Smith's class linked in. To try it out, to make sure it's working properly, I can click on Home Page, and I only set up these 2 folders so far, and remember we put the Smith class in kindergarten, so I'll click on kindergarten, click on Smith, and it's going to put me exactly where it is where I need to enter my data. And as I go through my class list, maybe it's Adam's turn, maybe Adam gets it correct, maybe it's Beth's turn, but she was absent, so didn't attend or not attempted that day. Charlie's turn, Charlie didn't make it. And I can just use my touch screen and do this very quickly just by tapping each checkbox. Maybe Dave went and I accidentally clicked no, but then realized that was a mistake because he did understand it. So I could click that check mark again or tap that check mark again, and then click the proper box, and then it'll save that change. And when I've gone through the whole list and everything that I've wanted, I go to the bottom and click submit, and then it will be keeping track of those results. Hi, in the last segment of this video, we're going to look at how to find your 3x3 links website after you've created it. So here I have my finished 3x3 website, links website, and I want to make sure that I'm always able to come back to this and find it. The first thing that I would recommend that you do is click on this options menu. And when you go into the options menu, it lets you create what's called a vanity URL. So over on the menu on the left, click on personal links, and you'll see this heading that says vanity URL. I've already actually created one here. I've just used my last name, Alod, and then 2, because this is my second 3x3 links web page. But you can put just about anything you want, and then click Save Changes, something that you'll remember, something that's easy for you. Once you have that and you've clicked Save Changes, you can go back to the home page. The next thing I would recommend doing is making this a bookmark. And to make a bookmark or a favorite, you can click this little star. Right now my star has no color, it's just white in the center. But if I click it, it changes to blue, and it asks if I want to name this page. For now, I'm just going to keep it a 3x3 link speed dial page, but you could name it anything that you'll remember and will be helpful. And then when you have it there, click Done. If you're like me, you might have hundreds of bookmarks, and so I can't see it across the top. And if I want it to be one of the ones that are up there, I can go and click on these little arrows over here, and I see way down at the bottom this 3x3 link speed dial page. And if I go down to the bottom, click and drag this up, I can drop it in here, and so it'll be one of the visible ones I see. If you can't see any bookmarks along the top here, it means you need to display your bookmarks. So you can go to the three-dot menu in the top right, go down to Bookmarks, and select Show Bookmarks bar. And then after you do that, you'll see the bookmarks going across the top that you'll be able to access too. Then you'll be able to find it very easily, even if you were closed out or open a new tab. You could just click the link that you've bookmarked, and it'll take you directly to the page where you'd like to start entering your data. And here I have Smith's class, click there, and I'm ready to go. If you have any other questions, please contact me. Thank you so much for watching.